figured it'd be useful for me to kind of go over some of the evaluating and operations examples just to help you with your homework for tonight. So here I have 4 functions. So I have an f of x function, h of x, g of x, and k of x function. And I'm going to be using these as I'm going through these examples. So for my first example, I want to evaluate k at the quantity of w plus 1. So usually when we evaluate something, we're looking to take whatever's in these parentheses and substitute them into the variable in our function. So what this means is I'm going to take this quantity of w plus 1 and I'm going to substitute it in for my x in my k of x function. So that will be the quantity of w plus 1 squared minus 4. And don't forget that when you are squaring a quantity, that means that you are multiplying it twice. So that really tells me that I have 2 w plus 1s. And my order of operations says that I want to multiply these first. So I'll go ahead and FOIL those out. So that will give me w squared plus 2w plus 1. And then I still have that minus 4 at the end. So when I combine like terms, this is going to tell me that I'm going to end up with w squared plus 2w minus 3. And that's my k of w plus 1. So similarly, we want to evaluate something like that, but now we're asking to evaluate f of x cubed plus 2x squared minus x plus 3. So again, I'm going to take this entire quantity, and in my f function, I'm going to come up here and plug it in for the x value here. So I'm going to take the 2, I'll open up a set of parentheses and substitute in that entire quantity, and then take that minus 1 at the end and bring that down as well. Here, I'm going to have to go ahead and distribute out the 2 to everything in the set of parentheses. So it will give me 2x cubed plus 4x squared minus 2x plus 6 minus 1. And then the only like terms I have to combine here are the 6 and the 1. So that'll be 2x cubed plus 4x squared minus 2x and then plus 5. And that is my function f evaluated at the quantity x cubed plus 2x squared minus x plus 3. All right, so now we're going to get into performing some operations. So there's a little bit of new notation that I put on our worksheet for today. I think a lot of you are familiar with like the f of x plus g of x and kind of know what to do with that. But well, what happens if we have something like f plus g of x? Well, that's just a different way of writing f of x plus g of x. So what this is asking me to do is to take my function f and add it to my function g. So my function f is 2x minus 1. And I want to add to that my g of x function, which is this negative x squared plus 6x minus 7. And then I'm just looking to combine my like terms here. So I have a negative x squared. I have 2x terms. I have a positive 2x and a positive 6x plus 8x that will give me, and then I have a minus 1 and a minus 7, which will give me a minus 8. So that tells me that when I add these two functions together, f plus g of x is negative x squared plus 8x minus 8. Subtraction works pretty much the same way. If I have something like k minus h of x, another way of writing that is just k of x minus h of x. So remember that when you are dealing with subtraction, you just have to be careful about your signs. So I'm going to go back up to my list of the functions that I have. K of x is x squared minus 4, and h of x is 4x plus 5. So I'll go ahead and substitute those in here. So x squared minus 4. And then since I am subtracting a binomial, since h of x is a binomial 4x plus 5, remember with subtraction, you do have to make sure that you're keeping the parenthesis because then I'm going to have to distribute out that minus. So that'll be x squared minus 4 minus 4x minus 5. So when I combine my like terms, x squared minus 4x minus 9 is what I get for k minus h of x. And the last one that I want to do is a multiplication. So this is asking me to do f times h of x. Again, if I want to rewrite that differently, that really just means I want to take f of x and multiply it by h of x. So if I go back up here to my functions, my f of x is 2x minus 1, and my h of x is 4x plus 5. So I'm going to go ahead and substitute those in. So f of x, 2x minus 1, and h of x, 4x plus 5. And since I'm multiplying a binomial times a binomial, this is asking me to FOIL this. So my first would be 8x squared. My outers would be plus 10x. My inners are minus 4x. And then my last is minus 5. So combining like terms, that gives me 8x squared plus 6x minus 5. And that is what f times h of x is equal to. So I hope that is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions on your practice.